Today we are talking all about yarn. So call me crazy, but Dollar Tree has been carrying yarn for quite a while now. So many things you can do with it. I usually pass it up because I don't like crochet or knit or anything like that, but I am sharing some really creative ways that you can dive in and use some inexpensive yarn. If you can't find it at Dollar Tree, they have it at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, or any craft store, and fairly inexpensive, but I know you all are going to find some inspiration in this video, some really fun, unique ideas that you have to try for yourself. Okay, up first, I discovered like the coolest yarn hack ever. So if you take a scrap piece of wood, I'm just using one of these small little Dollar Tree wood squares and wrap it in some yarn. I do hot glue it in place so it doesn't go anywhere, but just keep wrapping this. It doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of like a single layer until you like the design of it, or I mean, you can leave as much space or not any space, as much as you want to, and then you can actually stamp this design and make it some gorgeous artwork. So I wasn't sure how to go about painting it. First, I kind of painted a square and tried to stamp it, but a lot of paint wasn't getting on the yarn, and then if you dip it in too much paint, it creates like big black spots or dark spots instead of showing up the lines. So I discovered to just paint it directly on the string, and it works the best. I kind of switched up the direction back and forth to create this really fun design, and then I'm going to be placing this in a frame, but so many things that you can do just by painting on some yarn and then stamping it down. So I tried to match some of the places that had the darker spots just by adding a little bit of extra paint there, and then I wanted to frame this, so I just picked up an 8x10 from the Dollar Tree. It was a little bit bigger, it had a white mat in it, but I took it out and then sprayed some of this clear adhesive on the front of it so that it could kind of be floating in the frame and I didn't have to put a backing on it, but I did have to go ahead and tack down the glass with some hot glue. But I think this is such a really cool piece that would also like make a really great background. You could layer pieces of it or hang it up on the wall. A huge thank you to Traffic Puzzle for sponsoring today's video. I love sharing new apps or games that I am enjoying with you all. The link will be down in the description box if you would love to go check out Traffic Puzzle for yourself, but I highly recommend. Traffic Puzzle is a free-to-play mobile game that has challenging puzzles and adorable characters that allow you to kick back, relax while solving match 3 block puzzles by clearing out these adorable little cars. You can play by yourself, play with your kids, but you're training your brain, competing against others to clear out the rows, matching the cars with the same color, also assisting emergency vehicles to get to their destination, and just making the city more beautiful. I love how it is like the perfect game to chill out to, but also has a quick thinking pace that keeps you really excited. But most of all, just a really fun game that everyone can enjoy. Once again, the link will be down in the description box so you can go check out Traffic Puzzle for yourself. You can download that for free today. But let's go ahead and jump back into this video and check out some more really cool yarn hacks. So I was obsessed with stamping these fun yarn designs. I kind of did a different design on this one. I left some more blank spaces, but this one I am doing white just on the back of an MDF sign from Dollar Tree, and just continued to paint that and kind of repeating the same pattern as before, just kind of switching the block back and forth. And then I ended up framing one of Dollar Tree's canvases. I just cut the canvas off of the artwork and put it inside of the 7x7 frame that I found at the Dollar Tree, glued that right on front, and this made for some really fun decor. You also can pair this with some really fun artwork from Dollar Tree. So I loved that green color. I know that is really trendy right now, and I wanted to place it on some more of this stamped yarn. So I did a complete different design. I used one of these longer boards and wrapped the entire thing and then stamped it like long ways. This looked so neat. I loved it. I'll be doing this to so many more things, and then adding that artwork over the top just made this artwork like pop, and it actually looks like something that you would purchase at the store. But just taking my time and repeating, like stamping this over and over as even as possible, applying like new paint after every couple of stamps. I love that Dollar Tree keeps putting out these huge 11 by 14 frames. It allows us to make some really big artwork and just get like a higher end look for a lot less. Okay, so the last project that I'm just stamping the yarn, I promise, but I could not pass this up. I had to show you all what it looked like on one of these small little wooden boxes. So I started by painting it with this darker gray color. This is Elephant Color by Waverly Chalk Paint, and I just reused the white one that I was using before with the white paint, and then let that completely dry, and then painted it with this Steel Color, which is a light gray color, and stamped that, and I love this. I feel like it looks like birch trees. Let me know if you agree with me, but I think this is the coolest little print. You could not tell that that is yarn, and it was so fun to put in all of these little faux plants. Did you know that in Crafters Square, Dollar Tree actually sells a Pom Pom Maker? So I didn't even know this. I grabbed this. I have a bigger one that I actually purchased with it. It was yellow and I couldn't find it anywhere, so I'm just using this for today. But these were so easy to use. You just open up one side, wrap it completely until it's pretty thick, and then I just didn't even cut the string, just kind of started winding it around the opposite side, and then you can close it up and be able to cut the ends. So all of the easy to follow instructions are on the back of the Pom Pom Maker, but it does feel like you're going to do something wrong whenever you do start cutting on it before you tie anything together, but it does not unravel. The little Pom Pom Maker itself is holding everything together, and then you just have to tie a piece of yarn around the entire thing, and it creates these perfect little pom-poms. I just trimmed them up to give them a better shape, and then I thought it was really cool to put them on this bead garland. You could do any color that you would like, but this is a perfect color combo, especially for spring. How cool are these macrame rainbows using Dollar Tree supplies? All you need is some of this thick white rope that Dollar Tree has. I cut it down to size. I started off with 3 pieces, but I ended up doing 4 arches of the rainbow. I felt like it gave it more of a full look, and I was able to add in extra colors. I taped the bottom so they don't unravel, and then just using any color of yarn that you would like, you just tie it above the piece of tape and then just keep twisting the rope. It's a lot easier when you are sitting down in a chair and just kind of doing this. It's relaxing and fun. I enjoyed this so much. I even had my husband in on helping me wrap these, but standing in front of the camera, I kind of got it knotted up a little bit, so I did struggle in front of the camera, but like I said, just setting down, these were so easy to do. It's so satisfying getting them done and getting to stack them up. I removed the pieces of tape, glued these together, and then you can comb out the bottoms to create that really fun raveled look. After I got it completed, I just kind of punched a hole through the hot glue and then kind of stuck through some jute twine with 3 beads on them. I love how these turned out. I love how one looks more for like a boy's room and one for a girl's room, but these could definitely go in like any type of nursery or playroom. My girls went crazy over these, or you can even make some mini ones and then hang them like up on your rearview mirror. So we all know that like boho decor is like super trendy. All of this macrame fun like wall hanging stuff is like really like popular. You see it everywhere, and as you can tell, the ones that I was finding were like $100, so I knew we could make some of this or something similar for a lot less to get the same look. I took a Dollar Tree like circular sign. This is just an MDF summer sign. I scored it with my razor knife a few times, and then I tried to get it like as close to cutting it in half as possible. You will see it has a tiny bit of a difference, but I'm able to kind of camouflage that in. And then I just wrapped a lot of yarn around this small cutting board so I could slide it off and get the perfect like sized strings or yarn pieces But I will say I do wish that they were a tad longer. So I do wish that these hung down a lot longer like they did in the photo, but I just went ahead and went with it. It still turned out really, really cute, and I think it would be fun to make 2 of them, so one could have the really long pieces of yarn and then like this one with the shorter. So I secured these in the back with a piece of popsicle stick after gluing it to the sign, and then I tried to make this to where I could glue the 2 glittery pieces together so that I am getting that perfectly smooth MDF on the outside. I paint this with some mineral colored chalk paint, covering up the yarn pieces so that I don't get any paint on that, and then I'll go in with some of my pom-pom ribbon that I have left over from Christmas, but they are putting it out for Easter, and like I mentioned, covering up that gap where they aren't exactly the same size. I think these would be perfect to display in a bedroom. You could even make these colorful and do it for like a kid's bedroom, but a really, really cute piece that you could play around with and make it fit your style. I was obsessed with this taupe colored yarn from the Dollar Tree, so I am pairing it with some of this like braided cord that I found from Hobby Lobby. Now I got this half off, so it was about $5, but it is such a like high quality like thick material that I knew I could use this on so many crafts. So I did 1 strand of that around the base or the bottom of this vase, and then I'm going to be wrapping it a ton with the yarn. So this is gonna like add in the color, and so much texture is on here. I feel like it looks so pretty, especially putting a candle in it. I did top it off with another layer of the braided rope around the top just to give it extra detail, but just a really, really fun piece that I feel like you would see like at a high-end store.
Even wear that shirt you wanted to. My friends think I'm lame. Since I met you, I am not the same. It was not meant to be a fairy tale with a happy.
I also had fun just playing around with any planters that I already had. So I just took this plain white one. It actually looked like it needed painted, but I just wrapped a few strands of the black around the top and the bottom and then put a plant in there, and I feel like the black really ties it in with some of my other decor pieces. But you can just use yarn for so many things, and it's addictive to keep wrapping it around everything. You can bring in more colorful decor by wrapping it around these eggs. So I picked up some of these little wooden eggs. They were in the Easter section at Dollar Tree. I painted them white and just picked out some of my favorite spring colors of the yarn. I added a little bit of hot glue in the back and just kept wrapping until it had a pretty good sized layer on it, and I think these are adorable. You could add buttons or ribbons. I just left them plain, but a really fun way to add that pop of color. I had so much fun crafting today. Thank you all so much for coming along and being with me. Let me know in the comments down below which project was your favorite. Don't forget to go and download Traffic Puzzle. Once again, thanks to Traffic Puzzle for sponsoring today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Happy crafting. Bye.